live. Currently live. Oh, I'm gonna stop sharing on Discord.
Yeah.
Rapid response
What?
to Alpha.
It's
Security
gonna
Chief
lag the
Blanchard.
actual stream.
How copy?
Oh.
I've barricaded the
No.
command
Come
center.
on.
Something else.
Not a little dinged up,
Common
but I'll
sense.
live.
Wait, leave match.
See if there's anyone left to save.
It's not
Body
gonna.
cam's live.
I wonder if
I'll
I'm gonna
keep
do a
eyes on it.
speedrunning thing. Speedrunning timer.
Yeah. There's always like 3 things before your name when they search you.
Downloads, live split.
I gotta make you the first
Eventually.
search.
It's that hanger though, so.
What is going on right here? And boom. So it's gonna say right.
Oh, my favorite streamer just went live on
And
YouTube.
he fucking ended it instantly. What a fucking asshole, right?
Oh my.
It did.
Yeah.
This is why I don't watch them.
He's a goddamn monk.
Look at my live, bro.
Sorry. I was thinking about Frieza. Speaking of Frieza.
Frieza!
It's good now.
No, I have to add this timer in. God, I have to fucking do a timer, bro. I'm sick.
Boop boop boop.
Hi there, the Skip Split. The first thing is that you'll need to download LiveSplit. Just click on the first link in the description down below. It will appear with the timer. The first thing you'll have a zip file, which you need to extract to wherever you want to keep the program. Now that you have your LiveSplit folder, open it up and find the LiveSplit application. You can ignore all the other files. Start up LiveSplit and a black window will appear with the timer. The first thing you'll want to set up are splits. So right click on LiveSplit and select the Edit Splits option. A splits editor will appear on your screen. You can fill in the name of the game and the category you'll be running. Next, you'll want to add your splits. Splits are a way of breaking down the game into. The first thing you'll want to set up are splits. So right click on LiveSplit and select the Edit Splits option. A splits editor will appear on your screen. You can fill in the name of the game and the category you'll be running. Next, you'll want to add your splits. Splits are a way of breaking down the game into smaller segments in order to track your progress through the run. I speedrun Super Mario Odyssey, so I'll be making splits for each level in the game by using the insert button on the left and then entering the names of the levels. The names of your splits can be anything you want as long as you can remember what they mean. An optional thing you can also add are icons to each split by double clicking on the numbers and colors mean one here, but let's look at the basic type categories such as dark. By default, to the layout are used left is a setting which, when ticked, ensures that LiveSplit is always visible and on top of other windows when it's running. The Show Best Segments box, when ticked, will make a gold split always have the color you have selected for a best segment. For example, if you're behind in a run and you are 30 seconds slower than your personal best, which is signified by the plus 30 on the splits, if you beat your best time for the next split but are still behind, then if the box is unchecked, it will still be the color set to behind but gaining time. If the box is checked though, then anytime you beat one of your gold splits, it will be the color you have set for best segment color. Most of the other tabs for layout settings are fairly self-explanatory, so you should be able to check each of them by the but the one layout setting menu I will talk about a little bit are the splits layout settings. At the top of the splits settings, you can choose the background color, which will override the background color of the layout. Next are the total splits displayed. If you have 10 splits but only want to show 5 of them at a time, then you can set this number to 5 and then scroll in live split to see them. When in a run, the timer will auto-scroll through the splits as you progress through them. The upcoming split setting, whatever you want. One last important option is the global hotkeys checkbox. If this box is ticked, then no matter which window is currently active, the hotkeys will register on live split if pressed. This means that you can interact with other windows and the hotkeys will still work properly in live split. So if you set your hotkeys to keys you don't regularly use when typing, it would be a good idea to tick this box, but if you set your hotkeys to more commonly used keys, then leave this box unticked as you may unintentionally use the hotkeys while doing other things. Those are all of the settings you'll need for now. I'll get back to the comparison hotkeys later. So now you have your split set up, but you still need to know what all of the numbers and colors mean when you're in a run. Your first run will have the time from each split on the right and yellow dashes to the left. But on the following runs, now that you have a personal best time, you can start to track the progress of your runs. The right column will still show you the split times as usual, but the other column provides some extra information. If the time in this column for the split is negative and green, then this means that you are out of option. The layout editor window will pop up and you can get to making things look real good. Start off by looking at the bottom where you can choose between vertical and horizontal splits. You can also change the default size of your splits. Layout settings is the big one here, but let's look at the side first. The 4 buttons on the side allow you to add, remove, and rearrange little modules on live split. I'll give a brief explanation of those now. Click the plus button to choose what to add. In the timer menu, there is a detailed timer and a timer. The timer should already be on your layout. It's just a basic timer that begins when you start your run and stops when you finish. The detailed timer gives a bit of extra information. The timer on the top shows the current time for the full run, and the timer below shows the time for the current split. It also can show the comparisons against other split times. By default, it shows the split time in your personal best run of the game, as well as your gold for that split. Most people use the detailed timer, so I would suggest adding the detailed timer and removing the basic timer by selecting it and clicking the minus button. Next, we'll move on to the menu for lists, where you can see splits and subsplits. Splits should already be on the layout, and I've already explained them, so I'll jump to subsplits. Subsplits are a further way of segmenting the game. This is most commonly used for speedruns that are longer and have a lot of parts. Using Super Mario Odyssey as an example, the longer categories such as Darker Side or All Unique Moons spend a significant amount of time in each level of the game, and thus require some extra splits to help you keep track of the progress of the run, and even to help remember the route sometimes. If your run requires subsplits, then they are relatively easy to set up. Once you've added subsplits to the layout, click OK and go to Edit Splits. To group splits together using subsplits, add a dash to each subsplit that you would like to be collapsed within a split, and then, with the last subsplit in that segment, add a name.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess I gotta just share my display capture instead. Yeah, I do. Okay. Awesome. Alright, you guys see the timer? Or Jocelyn, you see the timer? Oh, wait, you can't. I'm not sharing my screen yet. I'll go live and you'll see the timer. Alright. Standard, solo, Moody Falls, start mission.
I see it now.
Oh, I think I was streaming this whole time.
You were. Instead of refresh.
At least